Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I solve a Webgoat Challenge hijack a session using burp. Okay, first go to turn on the intersect, then key in username and password, click access, come back to burp. Take a look at this post method, right click, send this to intruder. So we're gonna use the burp intruder to have an automated attack on this endpoint. Alright, so the idea here is that every time we log in, this endpoint is gonna return us a hijack cookie. So let's try this out first. Basically, I'm gonna just loop this 5 times, okay, using burp intruder. I'm just gonna add some dummy values here. So what's gonna happen is that I'm highlighting this loop. It could be anything. Alright, it could be anything. This is just a placeholder variable name. So the initial value will be anything. Then anything is gonna be replaced by 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically it's gonna run this anything 1, 2, 3, 4 in total 5 times. So HTTP requests to this endpoint will be called 5 times, yeah. And we are gonna monitor a response. So let's go to settings, click on settings here, and let's go to grep extract. Alright, just click on add, and let's get a fetch response. Okay, notice that the server is returning us a hijack cookie. Let's highlight this and click OK. So this is what we're gonna monitor. Let's click on start attack, and now we will be able to see the cookie here. Notice that the cookie is auto incrementing by value of 1, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So we notice a pattern here. So the front part of the cookie is the auto incrementing ID. Every time we log in, we get increased by 1 value. And the end part here is actually a Unix timestamp. Okay, maybe we should loop it again. Let's try again. Okay, we're getting 0, 1, 2, and we notice there's a jump from 2 to 4 instead of 2 to 3. So this challenge is trying to simulate someone else logging in, so that someone else probably should have the ID of 7-3. Okay, so let's double click on this cookie and go to response. Let's copy this value. Let's paste it here. Okay, so let's go to the second one, double click this, go to response, copy this value, paste it here. Okay, now this 2 cookies we receive when we log in using foo and bar. What we do know is that someone else has probably logged in with another ID, alright, another session ID. And we know that since that is auto incrementing by 1 every time someone logs in, so in between our session there should be a 3 here. And since that we do not know what's the timestamp, let's just remove it and put timestamp here, so it will be a variable. Let's copy this and let's put this in our request header. Alright, so timestamp will be a variable, so let's click highlight this and click add. Let's remove this anything, we do not want to loop it anymore. Okay, what's gonna happen is we will try to guess what's the timestamp, since that we know that the ID would be 73. Alright, so using burp intruder, we're gonna brute force our way into accessing this person's session. Alright, let's go. Let's just remove this first. Okay. And let's go to payloads. From payload type, let's click and select numbers. And we want to brute force between this value, this timestamp value, up till this value with auto incrementing of 1, so 97 up to this. But do note that the total number of digits here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we need to change the max integer digits to 13. Okay, what's gonna happen is that burp intruder is gonna make multiple calls to this endpoint login using this hijack cookie. So if it managed to successfully access using the right hijack cookie, we will get a congratulatory message. So we want to stop attacking once we get that message. So let's go to settings. Let's go to auto pause attack. Let's include congratulations. Let's click on that. So if we get this response, it means that we managed to access using the right hijack cookie. Okay, so let's click on start attack. Alright, let's take a look. So the first request made is using the default value, which is the variable name called timestamp. The subsequent request made uses the payload value, is from this to this. Okay, so what's the response here? Congratulations. That's it. Thank you for watching and goodbye.